Hello everyone, it has been quite some time since I've made a video, but I have been wanting to do YouTube again for quite some time now, and I just didn't have the means to it. I was living in a really small, shitty basement apartment. It was a 2.5 for 16 months, and it taught me a lot. It was me living alone for the first time ever in my life with no roommates, no partner, no parents, no nothing. So as tough as it was, it definitely taught me a lot about myself and also what my needs are and what I envision for myself in the future. So I am now in this glorious 3.5. I'm on the 3rd floor. It is definitely a step up and an upgrade, and I'm incredibly proud of myself for getting it done and getting it accomplished. By no means is this my ideal studio setup. It's going to take some time to get there with lighting and with the camera and with the backdrop and the editing, but if I don't start somewhere, I'm never going to get there. So here's me starting this YouTube channel again. I had a look of sunset in my mind. It didn't go that way. We created something fun and different today anyways, so if you want to see how I created this look, stick around, keep watching, and I'll show you how. Okay, so we're gonna get started right with the tutorial. My skin is already prepped, it has been cleaned, it has been moisturized, all that fun stuff. I also have my eye cream going on for my dark circles, which is the Shiseido White Lucent if anyone is interested, and it is one of the best eye creams in my opinion for dark circles. I really see a difference, and I've tried a lot of eye creams. The texture is beautiful as well. It lasts forever because you just need the tiniest amount, and it works. So I'm just priming my eye now with some 24-hour eyeshadow primer from Smashbox. This is something I've been using for years, like absolutely years. This tube is on its last legs, and yet I'll still probably get a month's worth of product out of it. It's a big fluffy brush. This is the 224 from MAC, and we're just going to start by throwing a transition shade into the crease. I find that this is going to make things a little bit easier and softer to blend later down the road. So I'm just going with my Mind palette from Stila. It is a beautiful matte palette. There's a lot of cool tones and neutral tones and warm tones, just a little bit of everything for everyone. I'm taking these two right over here, Wit and Intellect. So I'm just taking those two colors together and just doing little circles inwards and outwards just to get a really nice soft diffused look, just to give a little bit of depth and dimension, just so we can plan our shadow a little bit better, because with colors like these, if you don't plan it out, sometimes it gets a little bit too crazy. And like, crazy is good, dramatic is good, the whole point is dramatic and crazy, but still within a controlled environment. So we're just really buffing that in. And as opposed to going with a ton of shadow from the get-go, I like working in small increments, just building it up. So going in and blending, going in and blending, going in and blending. Next we're going to be taking this really nice vanilla shade called Reason. I call this my eraser. This entire like range actually is my eraser aisle. And I say that because if you made a mistake with your transition color or even a smoky color, you can kind of go in and just soften and blend everything out. So again, you can see that the brown is there, you can see that the vanilla skin tone color is there, but yet they somehow merge in the middle and just make things a little bit smoother. And if anyone is wondering, this is my Smashbox definer brush, I think. The print is rubbed off because I've had this brush for so freaking long, and yet it keeps going. I love Smashbox brushes. So that's our base down. I'm going to be taking, what am I taking? I'm going to be taking a nice jumbo pencil. This is Chanel Stila Eyeshadow en bas paupière effet frais. It was part of the summer collection, I believe, 2 years ago. It's discontinued. But if you have anything similar, it will do the job. Just a nice creamy dark blue base, it'll be fine. This one is 207 bleu nuit. And I'm just going to be taking this all over my lid. And you do not have to be perfect with this application, because we're going to smoke it out. Just like so. And I'm going to be taking a 217, I believe. Yeah, let's take a 217 from MAC. This is just a nice clean dome-shaped brush, medium size brush. Again, use whatever you have, whatever is similar. And we're just going to lightly run that over the edges and then the lid and just smoothing everything out. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. We are going to be going over this, but you want to get a good base. That is your foundation for the rest of the shadows you're going to lay down. So next I'm going to be taking this absolutely stunning royal blue color. It's called Dive, and it's in the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette that was out for Christmas time last year. And my wonderful boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. And we're just going to spritz that with a tiny bit of thermal water. You can use Fix Plus or Smashbox primer water or whatever water or setting spray you got going on. And we're just going to start packing that on the entire lid. And I really do mean pack it on, not really swiping. We're first going to place the color so that it sticks, so that it builds up, so it gets that absolutely stunning depth. And then we're going to go out and blend it a little bit more. And now I'm going to go back in, not go back, we're going to pick up an orange shade. Orange, say yes, I said orange. And I'm just picking up that 224 that we started with from MAC. And we're going in with this absolutely gorgeous orange color called Perception. Everyone I show this palette to at work is just like, oh, I would never use that color. And then I apply it on people and they're like, why have I never used this color? It is this ridiculously stunning, like burnt orange, terracotta kind of color. And it just makes me feel things. I love it so much. And I'm just going to ever so lightly run that through my crease where we first deposited our two transition colors, right where it meets up with that blue line. And now I'm just going to take this beautiful winey purple kind of color. It's called Imagination. It's this really nice eggplant, but it's matte. And it doesn't have a too predominantly like intense red undertone. It's a bit more like neutral cool toned. Like it comes off as a brown, but it is a purple. I don't know how to really explain it. Anyways, we're just taking this on a teeny tiny brush. This one is the Morphe M562, if anyone's wondering. And I'm just going to wiggle that guy right here on the outer corner. And into my crease. So now this color is going between those two transition colors, between that navy blue and between that like orange terracotta. And then I'm taking that matte black Brilliance. And right on top of that purple, you're going to add that black. And I'm just taking a baby wipe with some Bioderma micellar water. This stuff is life. I have been using it for years. It's a staple in my kit when I also work on clients. And I'm just going to clean up those lines. So I'm going to go off camera, do my face, potentially do my brows. We'll see how I'm feeling. And then we'll come back and continue to do the... Alright, so once you have done your face and your eyebrows, we're going to continue the eyes now. I was kind of mulling things over, like what colors I want to use, if there's any new ideas popping in my head. It's like a whole process that goes into all of this. And I realized that I wanted to do some really nice oranges and maybe like turquoise or purples. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Just because I was really inspired by the sunset and I kind of want to recreate that. So I'm going to go in with one of my eyeliner pencils from Urban Decay. I am absolutely obsessed with them. They are by far one of my favorite eyeliner pencils because they are extremely long wearing. It's the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This particular one is in Torch. It is the color that got released with the Naked Heat palette, and I am obsessed with it. It looks good on everybody. You can make it really like natural or a little bit more like playful and dramatic. We're gonna take the dramatic route. And I'm just really smudging this into my lower water and lash line. Just making it that really nice, opaque, and thick orangeness on the lower half of our eye. And I find that because we already did that really nice like, kind of terracotta orange in our crease, this kind of balances it out quite nicely, but it's not too pronounced and dramatic, it's not too clowny yet. Of course, this step is totally optional if it's a little bit too crazy town for you, which I totally understand because this is a little bit crazy town. So I'm just going to take a smudger brush. This is from Sigma, the E30. It is all busted. I'm going to take that brush and I'm just going to run it along the eyeliner just to really drag it down and smoke it out ridiculously. Again, you don't have to go as far as I do. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Next, I'm taking Element, this beautiful fire red Moondust from Urban Decay. And on that same brush, not wiping it clean, we're just going to pack that directly on top. Next, I'm going to be taking, I don't know if I should do Vega, which is this one, or this one, or this one. I think we're gonna go with this one. Like, Vega seems like the obvious choice, and that's the color I originally had planned in use. But now that this orange turned more red, we're gonna add turquoise. See how this goes? And just on my finger, I'm going to generously smudge and pack that on top of the blue on my lid. So when you're content with that intensity and placement of your optional turquoise lightier Moondust, you can call it a day there, or you can keep going. I'm going to be taking a liquid eyeliner. This is Stila in black. It is the best eyeliner on the planet ever. Okay, so once you're done applying your mascara and or lashes, I did both today. I've been on like a lash kick recently. I just find that even with primer and really good mascara, my eyelashes are just not what I ever wanted them to be. Like, I always see better lashes out there. It is what it is. So I just apply some nice natural looking fake ones to give the illusion of more natural fullness. The irony does not escape me. I'm going to just take a little bit of my highlight. It was, well, there's three actually in there. There's one liquid and two powders. One of the powders is Kitten from Stila. Technically this is an eyeshadow, but I use it everywhere. On my face, on my eyes, and sometimes my body. And I'm just going to take that initial definer brush that we used our vanilla shade on in the Brow Bone for. And I took a little bit of Kitten, I wet it with a little bit of thermal water, and then just patting and tapping this into my inner corner, just to brighten things up a little bit. And kind of unify those two colors, because as pretty as they are very bizarre. This combination of like blue turquoise and like pinky red orange. This is not the intended look I had. It kind of went all down south. But it's still pretty, but it's just definitely not the look I envisioned for today. This does not remind me of the sunset I saw, but it does remind me of something like still fun and beachy and summery and cool. So it is what it is. I'm going to do my hair, I'm going to change and do some lipstick, and I will show you the final completed look. So this is the finished look. It is not what I initially had going on in my head. It does not do the sunset I saw on Sunday any justice. That was absolutely beautiful, and I will cherish that memory for the rest of my life. And as much as I like this look, as funky and contrasty and summery as it is, it's just not what I envisioned for my look today. But nevertheless, I hope you learned something cool. I hope you picked up some tips and tricks. If you're being blinded by my highlight, I do not apologize. And let me know in the comment section if you want to still see that sunset look, if there's any other color combinations you want to see. Are you interested in how I do my face, makeup? Like, sound off, let me know, give me positive feedback and criticism and all that jazz. And I will see you guys later. Have a good one.